Sellers are making anywhere from 10K to 60K per month selling AI art as digital prints on Etsy. My name is Alec, and I've been a programmer for over 10 years. And about a year and a half ago, I opened my Etsy shop and built an automation system to run my business for me. Today, I'm doing months like this, working about 4 hours a week because this system does everything for me. I've written apps for $1 million and even $1 billion companies. So when I started my shop on Etsy, I knew this process could be automated, but none of the other softwares out there seem to even come close. So I built it myself. I've made this system available to a select group of sellers, and today that system is getting a huge upgrade. This is the Etsy automation system, and specifically the Etsy Google Drive automation upgrade. So let's get into it. So in this video, we're going to be covering Etsy and Google Drive, sort of the background and current state of things, then the new automation, and finally some bonuses. So let's cover Etsy and Google Drive as it stands today. So the current PDF workflow. Digital products are sold far and wide on Etsy, ranging from AI art to printable journals and planners. The one common theme with all of these is using a PDF with a shared link to Google Drive. So as an example here, let's check out one of my favorite six-figure AI art sellers, Antique White Art. They've done 66,000 sales, and if we take a look at their shop analytics, their monthly revenue is absolutely out of this world. Now, this is an estimated monthly revenue, but even with expenses and everything else, this is higher than you get paid at most 9-to-5 jobs. And they're doing it as a one-person digital business from home, working probably just a couple hours a week. But regardless, let's look at a couple of their listings and check it out. So here's one of their new ones, printable artichoke kitchen wall art, right? Looks great, high resolution digital design. But if you look into their digital file types, you don't get JPEGs or any image files, you get one PDF download. So what does that mean? Well, you get a downloadable PDF file with a link to Google Drive where you can download 8 high-resolution files. So these sellers take advantage of the shareable view-only Google Drive links to upload more than 5 images to their Etsy listings, and they can be as big as they want. Now, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here, but why Google Drive, right? Etsy only allows us to upload 5 files to each listing and 20 megabytes max per file. So if you have high resolution JPEGs that are meant to be printed out and you want to provide multiple sizes to your shoppers, you're honestly a little bit limited when you only have 5 files that can only be 20 megabytes. So using PDFs in Google Drive allows us to upload infinitely many files, and they can be as large as we want. For printable wall art, this is a game changer. Now, before we get into it, I do want to say there are ways to make a ton of money on Etsy without doing Google Drive. For example, Lexington Prints attaches the files directly to their listings, and they've been absolutely cashing out on Etsy, right? So here's one of their listings, and you can see they just attach 5 JPEGs right to the listing, under 20 megabytes, but they're still high res enough to print in these sizes. And if we analyze their shop, I mean, their numbers are similar to Antique White Art, right? And this is a very hefty monthly income to have on Etsy, even with expenses like Midjourney. But regardless, we also have shops like North Prints with 447,000 sales. And if we click on one of their designs, they do a hybrid approach, but most of their art comes in the PDF with a link to Google Drive. Okay, and you don't even want to see their monthly income on Etsy, right? Crazy. Okay, so that's just a forewarning. You can still make a ton of money doing it with the non-Google Drive method, but it just allows more flexibility, bigger sizes, right? And now it's completely automated, but we're about to get into it. So currently sellers create a folder in Google Drive for each listing. So if you have a specific art design of like the artichoke kitchen wall art, you would create one folder in Google Drive for that specific artwork, upload the 5 to 8 files or however many, click a few buttons to hit share and get a read-only link. So you'd copy that link, paste it into a PDF. So you would create a custom PDF through Canva or something like that, paste the link into the PDF, save it as its own PDF, and attach that to each listing. So you have to keep track of all this stuff. They all have to point to the right folder for the right listing. And for 20 listings, the entire process gets repeated 20 times. So it's just kind of a pain until today. So I've been a programmer for over 10 years, and I built a software system that lets sellers upload listings 100 times faster with automation. With a few clicks, we can upload hundreds of listings in seconds with a brand new system only available to a few sellers. So this is the current state of things. We have Tempest, which is a Photoshop script that crops and upscales your art and mocks it up by pasting it into up to 10 given mockups for each listing on a loop. So you can put 100 Midjourney art designs into an input folder, and it'll loop through each one and crop it, upscale it, paste it into all the mockups, even create a video, and that is just one output folder, and it'll make one folder for each of the input designs. So there is one limitation with this current system, and that is that these tools have only been able to upload files directly to Etsy. So the Tempest script remains unchanged, but Downpour would upload everything directly to your Etsy listings. You would just drag and drop that entire tree of folders into Downpour, and it would match everything up into listings, give it prices, quantities, create titles and tags with AI, and then upload everything to Etsy as 25 different listings or 250 different listings, right? So it was all automatic, but the 5 digital files, the cropped and upscaled files of the art, would be attached directly to the listing, which means they're limited by Etsy's 20 megabyte limit and 5 file cap. So I've grown my shop to $3,000 months with this system, and others are absolutely crushing with Tempest and Downpour as they stand today. And Lexington Prince 2 obviously is making this method work. But today, everything changes. Downpour is now integrated with Google Drive plus a built-in PDF processor. This means the software can upload your listings to Google Drive instead of Etsy. So it can create a shareable link to each folder, paste that link into a custom PDF, and then upload that unique PDF to each Etsy listing, completely hands-free and automated. So we're about to go through this entire process and show it live for the very first time. So let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull up Downpour. And just to be clear, the Tempest script Photoshop automation actually remains the exact same. So I have an example up here. Here's our Tempest script along with the folders it creates. So I have 15 oil painting art designs in the input folder. These are all summer, kind of fruit themed, vintage oil painting, rustic style, right? In the output folder, I ran these through 10 mockups plus 5 cropped and upscaled files. Okay, so I'm still only doing 5 for this example, but if I just click on one of these random ones, you can see the art design is pasted into each of these mockups. So it's unique to this specific folder, right? So this is apricots. And if I go to the cropped images, you can see these are upscaled, high quality images that are just a little bit different from each other because they're cropped. Like this one's a little skinnier, this one's a little bit thicker. And if I go to details, I'll show you the dimensions here, right? So these are all upscaled a ton for pretty much any printing size. And if I go back, so that was 2, let's go to number 1. The mockups are different, right? This is a couple blueberries. So these are all different, and this is the Photoshop automation script. There's a video about this I can link in the description, so check that out if you haven't already. But at the end of the day, I have 15 complete listings with mockups and the upscaled and cropped files all ready to go. So what would I do at this point, right? I have 15 of these, so I'm just gonna move this off to the side and let's take a look at Downpour. So on the Downpour home screen, I'm just gonna go to the settings screen really quick and show off a couple of new features. So we only have one shop connected, but you can see there's a specific little icon here with an email account that connects to something important. So if I go to shop settings, this is my shop, Test Redwood Prints, but I have a Google Drive integration toggled on that is enabled for this shop, and I've connected this Redwood Prints account with this Homestead Trail Prints Gmail account. You can see it's connected. Here's my Gmail profile picture and then my Gmail name. So once you're connected, you're actually totally good to go. Once you go into bulk upload, this is all pretty much the same as it was before. There's just one extra step. And as you can see, the UI is a little bit different. So we still have our template. We have the optional CSV, but now we have two new files or two new tiles. Google Drive, which says it's connected, but it's currently disabled, right? So before I even do anything, I'm just going to open this Google Drive folder and see what happens. So as you can see, Downpour has already created a root folder in my Google Drive called Downpour Google Drive Uploads. If you go to this bulk upload screen, it'll prompt you to create this folder first. It's the only folder Downpour has access to. It'll create it once, and that'll be where all of your art lives going forward. So it makes 4 different folders for art bundles, frame TV, horizontal prints, and vertical prints, right? So you might not even use any of, or some of these, like you might not use the frame TV, you might not use art bundles, but it gives you all the options, right? And keeps everything organized. So currently with this setup, it would work exactly as a normal Downpour upload would, because this is off. So I have my listing image names, fields here, and then my listing digital file names, my details like quantity, price, and then my description. This is just sort of a temporary placeholder. So I could drag and drop and it would upload it right to Etsy. Everything's attached to Etsy. But if I turn this on, Google Drive is now enabled, and this is a template level setting. So files from the Google Drive file names section below will be automatically updated to Google Drive for each listing, right? This is now enabled. And this new section has just appeared, Google Drive file names. Okay, so let's walk through this entire thing, right? So if I grab this folder again, the first thing we want to do is show, let Downpour know the names of the mockups that we're going to be using, right? So we have to enter in these names into these images, because even like, so for index number 1 here, it's bathroom towel display, but it's the blueberries. But then if I go to 2 and then mockups, bathroom towel display, but it's these apricots, right? So long story short, it's meant to be like a snap-in solution where you can just enter in your file names for one art design and it'll process them for all the art designs, okay? And there's a little shortcut here that some people might not know about. If you hit print screen, you can actually just copy all these mockups. Click this little camera icon, hit Control V to paste it, and it'll just autofill the entire thing for you using AI. So pretty slick. Then you can just rearrange the ones that you think are in the wrong spot. Maybe put this at the end, and then we're good to move on to the next one. So normally with Downpour, you would enter in the file names into this listing digital file name section, but we're actually going to do something a little bit different here, okay? So let's go down to the Google Drive file name section, because this is where we want our upscaled and cropped listing files to go, to Google Drive. So I'm going to open my folder, go to the cropped images folder. You could take a screenshot like this. I'll just make them a little bigger. Print screen, copy, camera icon, Control V to paste. So this can do the screenshot method just like the other sections. And it'll upload it to every single one of these. So after you fill in all the Google Drive file names, there's actually just one more step that we have to do. We can leave these alone. We'll come back to them later. But the very last step is to upload a PDF, okay? So we just filled in our mockups. Like let's go up to Etsy, right? So we just filled in our mockups, our Google Drive files. So what we want our PDF to point to, all the files that get uploaded into Google Drive. And then the very last thing is, what is this PDF? What do we want it to look like? What file do we want it to be? Okay, so that's the last part here. So you could make a PDF yourself, especially if you already have one. But in the AI Art Sellers Collective, there's actually a free template that you can go ahead and access right now. So if I head over to my school community and then go to the Classroom tab in the Resources module, in the Mockup section, there's a new page for Google Drive PDF template, right? So this is a Canva template because I want you guys to be able to edit this. And let me pull it up in Canva to show you what I mean. So here's the example in Canva. And you can change this however you want. This is just sort of prepped for you in a 4x5 plus a 5x4 version. Whoops. And everything in red is kind of denoted for you to change to be your shop, right? Thank you for choosing your shop here. Click the link, that's fine. FAQ section, you could link this to your FAQ section. With warm wishes, your name, and then your logo at the bottom, right? Not the B. So this is just meant for you to use and for you to switch out your stuff, which is why it's an editable template. And the very last thing to mention is this link says yourlinkhere.com, okay? That's really important because that's actually what Downpour looks for the placeholder link. So https://yourlinkhere.com, your-link-here.com, really any combination of those it's going to look for. Okay, so it's pretty modular like that. But I just want to show you in action. So if I go ahead and share this and download it, make sure you click PDF here. And we just want to download the first page as an example here. So I'm going to download this and throw it into a folder. And then I'm going to upload it into Downpour. So now that we're back in Downpour, this is actually the very last step. Just click Upload PDF. Then find your PDF that we just downloaded. And on the back end, it does a quick check to make sure that that link is populated. If it's not, it'll throw an error here. So it'll only let you upload one with a your link here hyperlink, because otherwise it won't work when we go ahead and process it. So it obviously worked. We got a check mark. We can hit save on the template. And with that, we're actually completely done and ready to automate. After about 60 seconds of screenshotting our mockups and screenshotting our Google Drive files, we are good to go. And side note here, this spot is now reserved for our PDF because we uploaded it here and this is set to on. Okay, so our PDF with the custom link to each Google Drive file is going to get uploaded into image file slot number 1, okay? So let's go for it. Let's grab our Tempest output, go back to this entire list, and I'm even gonna go back one more folder and drag and drop this entire giant massive parent folder into Downpour, and let's see how it goes. So I don't want to spoil it, but it's going to process these files, upload each of them to temporary storage, allow us to use AI to write titles and tags via GPT Vision, and then upload everything to Google Drive once it's done. Okay? Spoilers, but so it just processed everything. And let's see, so we have 15. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I don't want to count, but there's quite a few. So these are all currently uploading to temporary storage. We can see this here. We now have 2 toggles, one for upload to Google Drive, one for auto upload to Etsy. We could check them both. The last thing I'm going to do before we start is just set this to our first mockup as a reference image. This is the AI auto generate tile. And then I'm just going to click this, okay? So it's going to go in bulk and auto generate titles and tags for each of these designs. It's going to look at the image, which I said to look at number 1. Close-up gray wood frame, and this folder name, which is a part of the prompt from Midjourney that we got from Tempest. It maintains that. Rustic kitchen, blueberries art, printable still life free. Amazing. 135 out of 140 characters too. These will 100% guaranteed be 130 to 140 characters. So the AI has been meticulously trained to be spot on with that. So real quick before this finishes, check this out. If I click this new purple button, we now have a special Google Drive folder. We're uploading a lot of files, so give it a second. We now have a special Google Drive folder in our vertical prints folder for V10, neat spread of blueberries scattered naturally across, right? So here's our custom folder. So this is now in Google Drive. And you saw it live. We've transitioned to Google Drive uploading progress. This is still auto-generating, right? There are 3 more that need titles that's still working. We're uploading now to Google Drive. You saw it just made a folder, Test Redwood Prints V10. That's the name of my shop. This is the shareable folder. Okay, so this is what the customer will see. Test Redwood Print, your shop name. Mine's called Test, but it's Test Redwood Prints, your shop name here, V10. Because it's vertical and it's 10, the index. And here's all our files, right? They're already in there. And the piece de resistance This has now popped up in our listing files section. Test redwood prints. Again, your shop name here, v10.pdf. And if you click this, here's our PDF. Thank you for choosing change this to your shop. But if I click this link right here, there's our folder. And because this is our own Google account, you can sort of see where we're going back to. But if I copy this link and open it and in a different incognito tab, let's do this. You can see we just have access to this folder as if it's any other PDF you'd find on Etsy. And here's all our art designs, right? As big as we want them to be. There could be 20 in here. There could be 50 in here. Fully available to download. And these get auto-uploaded with all your mockups and the AI-generated titles and tagged Etsy, plus your description, right? So this is still uploading everything. I mean, it's almost done, and it did 15 total listings. Let's go to the bottom here. So a couple are still uploading, right? So that one just finished, and boom, it just created the PDF right there in front of our eyes, right? Because it can't make the PDF until these are all done. So let's watch this one, right? These 4 get done, and there's our listing file, right? So this is super fast. We're doing 15 listings, but you could do 150 like before you go to bed, or 1,500 if you really wanted to. Yeah, it's really just meant to save you guys a ton of time and make this business even easier so you can focus on being creative, and just making people smile and making them happy with designing really awesome art with AI, right? That's what's cool about like this business, and honestly like capitalism in general. It's like both parties say thank you, right? They're happy, you're happy to receive $5 for the digital product, especially because you only have to post it once, and it can sell over and over on autopilot. But then buyers are happy to pay $5 and get an awesome digital product that they can print out and frame at home that brings them happiness and lights up their space. And yeah, it's awesome. And then all this stuff is like overhead that is now done for you. The SEO, optimization, dealing with these mockups. Like that's not the fun part, right? I mean, maybe the SEO is fun, but the fun part is making the art and kind of designing your brand and setting up your shop. Whereas this part is kind of just monotonous and boring and just a lot of work. So now you don't have to worry about it, right? This software makes it all easy. The Tempest script does it all of the cropping and mockups, and then this software does the rest. So yeah, this really is pretty cool. And I've been working on this for the last few months, this Google Drive feature. It's come a long way, and it's ready to go. So I'm excited for you guys to get your hands on it. Last thing, we could have auto-checked auto-upload to Etsy, but I'm going to click auto-upload drafts here, and we're going to create our 15 draft listings on Etsy, okay? So we'll just give it 2 seconds to start creating them. And then if I hop over to Etsy here and go to my shop, test shop, right? So I have no public listings. If I go to listings here, so we're already getting a couple. These are old, but like you can see this one already. It's uploaded these. It's uploaded this. I'll save that. Click our link. There it is, right? Go back to our listings. Check out some other ones. Here's a new one. Uploading all of them. It's going really fast. I can't even keep up. V11, so we're at V11 here. There's my link. Here's my folder, right? So it's just super slick. This is all happening in the background, right? Here's more. It's uploading these grapes. Yeah. So yeah, you can let this go while you're out to eat, while you're outside hanging out. It's doing all the hard, boring parts of your business for you, right? And the cool thing about this system is it's not just a time saver. It's like a business supercharger. You can do more than 10 sellers combined with the tools like this and just focus on the fun part. And when you see the sales notifications when you're out to dinner or wherever, like it just feels that much better because you know you worked smarter, not harder. With automation like this, it's fun. And you just get to be creative and make real money at the same time. So I'll let this keep uploading to Etsy. But as you can see, I mean, we're just doing 15 and it's going super fast. You could do 150 or 500, like leave it on overnight. It's all automatic. Yeah, so it's just really slick. And then there's a bonus right here at the end. So if you've stayed this far, inside the AI Art Sellers Collective, you get Tempest, the automation script, the Photoshop script that crops and mocks up your files. Plus it adds an index and does a couple other things like renames your files and keeps everything organized. And the Downpour software to scale your shop on autopilot. Plus custom GPTs to automate AI art and generate products in bulk, right? So I cover this in a different video, but we have custom GPTs that allow you to generate with Midjourney in bulk. So they bulk format your prompts so you can generate up to 120 images in one prompt. So join now and get unlimited access to the open beta of this new Google Drive feature, okay? This is live right now. And if you join, you can get unlimited access. So, and on top of that, you'll also get free access to the PDF template that you can use commercially. So you don't have to wait to get started or like put together anything in Canva. Yeah, you can just start like a pro on day one, get everything you need. Plus, I mean, I haven't mentioned it here, but there's free mockups, other templates to get started. So you could go from nothing to then joining the community and like getting your first 100 listings posted the same day. So it's pretty nice. I just know how kind of annoying it is to not know what to do and like be stuck in the dark. And especially because it's a business, it's just so much more rewarding to get sales faster and get everything set up faster. So I want to make it as easy as possible for you guys. And as a final note here, scale to $3,000 a month or more with a complete solution that works, right? This isn't another course that takes your money and runs. We have members making profit, saving time, and having fun in a living, breathing community. And I'm not going anywhere, okay? I'm here for you guys. I'll give you everything you need to really make this work. Yeah, I mean, I'm all in on digital products and Etsy and AI art. I just think it's not going away. These AI art tools are here and they're not going away. Like they're just going to keep expanding and seeping into other aspects of e-commerce and honestly the rest of the world as we know it. So knowing how to use them, taking advantage of them, it's valuable now, but it's only going to become more valuable over time. Seriously. So if you click the link in the description, you can check out the last 2 slides and see what some of the people in the community are currently saying. And I'm in there every day answering questions, just trying to help out in any way I can. Plus the community is full of some really high-level sellers who are always open to helping and discussing and answering questions too. Like it really is just a big group full of support. And we all get to leverage these automation tools at the same time. So people are moving faster in this community and I would recommend checking it out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm sure this Google Drive feature will evolve over time, and I have some really excited new features planned that'll make this even easier. Downpour is, yeah, it's only getting better and better as time goes on. It's aging like fine wine, as they say. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you inside the community.